This is the second part of hyperbolas. Okay, we have to find the equation for the hyperbola whose graph is shown. So for number 27 here, it's a horizontal one. So what do you know? X squared minus y squared, right? Over a number and over a number, right? And so I know my vertex is here, or my vertices. That's at plus 2 comma 0 and negative 2 comma 0. So my a value, or the number that's below my x squared, is going to be 2 squared, which is 4, right? My foci is plus or minus 4 comma 0. So c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So that's 4 squared equals 2 squared plus b squared. So that's 16 equals 4 plus b squared. Subtract 4 on both sides. That's 12 equals b squared then. And I don't care what b is. All I care about what b squared is. And that's my answer. Make sense? Yeah. Doing the same thing here. So your first step is to figure out if it's a vertical or a horizontal, because that's where the plus and the what you're going to subtract, right? So for number 28, since that's a vertical, I know it's going to be y squared minus x squared, right? Over and over equals 1, right? Just by looking at it, I know that. My vertex is at, I don't know what my vertex is at, 12, right? Plus or minus 12. Yeah. Yeah. 12. So down here, I know this is going to be 12 squared, so that's 144. Correct? Okay, my foci is plus or minus 13 comma 0, or I wrote it the wrong way, plus or minus 13. Okay, so then c squared equals a squared plus b squared. That's 13 squared equals 12 squared plus b squared. So that's 169 equals 144 plus b squared. Okay, so if I subtract 144 on both sides, b squared equals 25. And that number just goes here. Right? Okay. We're doing the same thing for these two guys. Okay. But all this is noticing that it's a horizontal or a vertical hyperbola based off of the point. So if your vertex or vertices are plus or minus 3, then it's a horizontal, right? If it's a horizontal, I know it's going to be x squared minus y squared. Since my vertex is at positive or negative 3, this is going to be 9 equals 1. And then my foci, and you're going to do the same math, right? So it's 20. So my foci is at 5. So 5 squared equals 3 squared plus b squared. 25 equals 9 plus b squared. Subtracting 9 on both sides, b squared equals 16. And that's your number here. Okay. Notice that my foci and my vertex is 0, comma, a number. So this is going to be y squared minus x squared equals 1. Yeah. And you guys can do the same thing. All right. This one, you're given your asymptotes, the equation of the asymptote, and vertices, right? Asymptote rise over run x, right? So since your vertice for number 41 is 1, comma 0, plus or minus 1, comma 0, horizontal or vertical? Is it going to look like this or look like this? It's going to look like this. It's going to be a horizontal. So it's x squared minus y squared over 1 squared, right? I put 1 squared there because my vertex is at 1. Cool? Equals 1 here. This rise over run equals 5 over 1. Right? So if you think about it, my b value is at 5. Right? Because if you put a box here, let's say this is the box. That's my point, right? Right in the middle. Rise would be up here, and that's my b value. My run is here. Right? So whatever I rise up, that's going to be my b value. So it's 5 over 1, because I know my run value is 1. Right? So this is 5 squared, that's 25. Questions on that? Number 42 is a little bit more difficult, so we're going to cover that. Vertex is, vertices is 0, comma 6, right? Plus or minus 6. So if it's plus or minus 6, is it vertical or horizontal? Because that's my vertex, right? It's a vertical, so it's y squared minus x squared equals 1. Correct? So since it's at plus or minus 6, 6 squared is 36. So that's 36. Everybody got that? My asymptote rise over run is 1 over 3. So essentially, if I have a box like this, my rise is actually 6 in this case. Right? Yeah? Because my vertex is here, and that's at 6, comma 0. Correct? So how much did I run? How much did I run to get my slope at positive 1/3 or negative 1/3? So 1/3 equals 6 over my run, which is 18. So this number would be 18 squared. That make sense? So it's y squared over 36 minus x squared over 324 equals 1. Does that make sense, class? Okay. That is the lesson for today. Thank you very much.